we would like to invite Ms. Ajanta Chatterjee. Please welcome her with a huge round of applause.
Okay, so thank you very much. The team here is having a tough time keeping all the speakers on time. And I think everybody is very passionate about talking what they believe in so much. My name is Ajanta, as you all heard, and I have been a learning and development professional for a whole of my career. This is an early career choice. So in HR, there are various ways you can be, but I chose to be a talent and L&D professional, and being that, changed industry, but pretty much in same role, and hence I bring in a lot of passion in what I do. Currently, I'm working with JSW. JSW Group is the largest steel producer of the country, and we are also in businesses like paints, cement, in ports, and energy. Different perspective when you put leadership in the age of AI and ESG from the organization that you come from, and that is what I truly believe. These two terms are new for all of us, and we are learning as we are evolving the processes. However, both these terms are transforming and will transform the way we work. Both factors will reshape roles and responsibilities from the context which you are in today. It will not be same for all of us, but as a talent community and L&D professional, it is very important for us to understand which part of your organization is going through this change. Is it the entirety of it or a segment of it? So here is the call to the leader. Employees are ready. Are you? Almost all companies invest in AI, but just 1% believe that they are at the maturity level, and this is one of the McKinsey research which shows that. And then they are finding that the biggest barrier to scaling is not employees who are ready, but the leaders who are not steering fast enough. So, and then, the leaders need to recognize their responsibility in driving AI transformation. Most of the leaders cite that employees' readiness as a barrier to the adaptiveness. However, the critical thing is their issues with their alignment with the AI and the strategy. And as this slide is showing, 30% of the workforce believes, 70% of the workforce believes that 30% of their work will change, so they are aware and then they are ready. And 3 times more employees are using Gen AI for a third or more of their work than their leaders imagine. So that's the perspective, and that's what research is showing. Employees are ready, employees are aware, but the leadership is not the one who is steering with that much of passion and alignment. And hence, what's our role? And why is this adoption? Gen AI is helping employees to fuel their innovation, reduce their stress, and enhance their expertise. So this is why there is a lot of adoption from the employees in AI. And what is further changing? What will change? The structure of your organization. From a pyramid structure, it will soon move into a diamond shape. So in this slide, what you can see, the entry-level employees. So currently, if I reflect back to what we have at JSW, pretty much 48% of the employees are at the entry level, but there the fast tracking of careers will happen. Please remember, AI will not replace people. AI will replace the task. So if AI is replacing the task, then what is the task of the future? And are we geared up to build employee capability to the future of task? So for the entry level, focus will shift from manual and repetitive work to high-value specialized tasks, and hence accelerated career progress for that level. In the mid-level, it will move from a traditional coordination to more strategic planning, problem-solving, social interaction, and relationship building. And at the top leadership, which is pretty much, from 12% to 15%, it will stretch a little bit. It is redesigning organization for the future, AI, enhanced decision-making, and a high level of emotional intelligence. And this is how most of our organization will change. The next slide talks about a little bit about the organization, and from the place that I come from today, manufacturing, you see at the top, again, the middle level is kind of expanding. Entry level is becoming much more smarter with AI-enhanced and automation-driven work. Work is not going away, only the way we work is changing. And again, AI will evolve from a tool to a team member. So every decision that we make, every conversation that we do, AI will become an integral part. What is the potential? Now, if you look into the second and the third, it is very integral to watch what HR does and what the learning team within HR is doing today. Performance, evaluation, and feedback, I think that's a part and parcel of pretty much everyone's job here, and employee development plans, right? All the TNI, et cetera, that we keep on doing. The potential is 70%, 59%. The way we are adapting it today is only 16% and 18%. And few of the reasons can be we are not sure of the output. We have the tool, but we do not know how to use it. The organization, with the existing structure, we do not know how to put AI on top of the existing structure. So while we talk about skilling and reskilling of the entire organization, it's like the age-old saying, how much as an HR professional and a learning professional, we are skilling and reskilling ourselves. So the second and the third point is something which I think we have to be extremely mindful of. This is, again, a little glimpse, and all these are studies, research studies, and I thought, let's look at where the world is going and what the leaders can do about it. The economic value this particular slide shows is highest in functions like sales and marketing and software engineering, customer experience, but you see the kind of the axis at the bottom is the acceptance of the employees of the AI in those areas are pretty much midway. So how do we keep on changing the thinking there? And hence what leaders need to do to capture, So how do leadership can step up? It is definitely this bit talent. To capture AI values, leaders must rewire their companies and rewire their thinking and then find out where the talent lies and how they can constantly focus on that while everything else becomes important. The one that will lead the AI agenda is the talent which they have with them today. This is how the skill scenario will change. So the questions to the leaders are, is your strategy ambitious enough? What does successful AI adoption looks for your company? And are you able to communicate that down the line? And how can you create an opportunity for the employees who are working for you in this direction? And it is a combination of the hard skills and the soft skills. Again, how much as learning community we are aware of it, how proactively we understand where the organization structure of our company is going, and how we are literally partnering with business, sitting with them on the table and find out how can I help you to build the capability of the future. This is exactly what we had done at JSW, and I'm only talking about one company, JSW Steel. We had done this for the rest of the organization. We got the JSW Steel executive members in a room for a half a day and asked them, what do you think are the key capabilities which are required for anybody in JSW Steel to become successful? You create it for your company. Let us not somebody come from outside and tell us that these are the future 5 things or these are the future 6 things. And this is what they created for their organization, looking into how the organization will grow, co-created by the leaders. So there are 3 pillars that we constantly talk about. It is professional, people, and pioneering. And in professional, as you see, it is talking about we anticipate market trends. Sorry, it's a little bit of juggling for me. We anticipate market trends and create business plans and strategies to deliver higher performance, and hence constantly business acumen, result orientation, informed decision making. And please keep in mind, this is what the leaders are talking about. We build powerful culture and lead teams by providing our employees with opportunities and to develop and grow, building the culture and creating and leading talent. Embedded in any leadership, are you looking at your talent? And then the other bit of, we demonstrate creativity to effectively identify new opportunities and drive new age and digital change initiatives to deliver success. And their innovation and growth, leading change and managing stakeholder has become extremely important. So embed AI, digital, ESG, whatever is important for your organization, ask your leaders to spell it out and let them be committed in co-creating the success factors which will lead the organization to the future state of which they are envisioning. The other bit of it, ESG. I'm sure everybody in your organization, the business leader, would be talking about sustainability, ESG, environment, social, and governance. What does it mean for us? One of the LinkedIn studies shows, it's all about green skilling, and it shows that 5.4% of the work of future will move into the green skill or the green talent space, and 7 in 8 workers lack even a single green skill. What is green skill? Google it out. There's a whole lot of information available. It's again a combination of the hard skills and the softer skills of it. And 24% of the workforce change in skills profile for the average job. So skills are changing. The way we work is changing. The way organizations are looking at AI and ESG and the way they will be integrating it into the capability space is changing. Again, the vital question for the professionals in this room are we ready? What are new leadership? Again, I believe there are two things, from the top and bottom up. That is how any culture change happens in the organization. You cannot keep on hopping to the middle management, keep on changing, while your top leadership doesn't change. So the first point is powering up the leadership for the next, for transformation and building the workforce for delivering the net zero. What are leaders saying? These are a few of the CEOs, and especially from the industrial space where I come from, they are talking about these few things. I'll just take the mic, I think it's easier. Sorry, can you help me? Yeah, okay. So again, we are talking about diversity, social justice, and sustainability. Need to move quickly to adapt fast-paced changes and let employees create an environment which they can be more effective and also aligning with values like DEI. Obviously, there's a lot of conversation going on about DEI with companies scrapping the policies, but the question is, that is them and this is us. If I look into the industry from where I come from, women representation is only 5%. So long, long way to go before we scrap any of the policies which we have. Again, one of the studies by Russell Reynolds, they show that in the sustainable world, these are the 3 or 4 things which the leaders will absolutely need. And I will draw your attention to the inclusive leadership and the middle one, disruptive innovation and long-term activation. I think with these two, the AI and sustainability comes together, where they are saying challenge the traditional approach, seeks best available science and identify novel solution and set audacious goals. Process courage and resilience and stay on course and recognize interconnectivity of the ecosystem and naturally curious with high level of ambition. Look at your leadership capability, which you are running within your organization, and do a kind of check and find out how many of these are fitting in to how you assess them and how you develop them. Blueprint for success, very quickly, from a command and control kind of model to more catalyst, coach, value-adding, and authentic leader. So leaders in the ESG and AI-driven world have to be authentic, have to be more catalyst than I command and I control everything that's happening within the organization. And Hence, what leaders think, build passion and purpose for AI and for ESG. It cannot be, I'm only talking about, expansion and profitability, and I'm not talking about AI and ESG when I am kind of presenting my company goal out there. So it has to build through passion and purpose, make it tangible, make employees understand what it is in for them, make it core to who you are. It is not, is it only about profitability and how large my organization will grow, or your leader is also talking about the AI blueprint and the ESG goals which they have, and then be practical. Every change comes with a lot of setbacks and discomfort and challenges. Be ready for that. Very quickly, building the workforce, and hence the greens and the blues are the softer skills which will become a consistent need for employees and for organizations who are delivering or who are moving into that area. What we are doing at JSW, again, building an academy for, and this is again an example of the steel. So here we have all the courses, everything which is required to understand steelmaking process, right from the current state to the future state. So if we are using a blast furnace, which fossil fuel today, what will be the next future state? If you want to know, it's all available. So enabling our employees to understand the technical ability of today and of the future. One of the essential bit here is, the competency of safety and sustainability and digital orientation. Embed it. Embed it to the curriculum which you have today. Embed it in the competency which you have today. And let not be out there. When AI will happen, then I'm going to transform. Then I'm going to build capability. Not make, when AI will approach or when my leader will talk about, then I'm going to think about it. What you are doing today at this stage, embed AI and sustainability in all the capability work that you are doing. And again, to end it, build leaders for tomorrow, be more inclusive. Don't only stop at building capability at the entry level and the middle management. Knock the doors of your leaders. Tell them, this is what I heard in the conference that I was in, and let me kind of find out, do you need any help in these areas? So be inclusive, build your capability plan top down, and then build skills. So that's pretty much it. And I ended on time. Thank you very much. Only thing is AI and ESG is here to stay. AI and ESG will become the future. And as a talent and L&D community, just a little bit of inciting what I'm doing today to ensure that my organization is moving in that direction. And also, how am I building my capability for the future? And so I won't open up for questions, but thank you very much. I'm here for some time. If at all, we can interact later. Thank you.